You idiot. Why'd you do that? That's so stupid. You moron. I can't believe you did that. You are like stupider than stupid. Dang, Garnet. What's wrong with you? Do you ever talk to yourself that way? Better yet, do you ever talk to other people that way? I don't. But I sure do talk to myself that way. Self-talk can really bring you down. And where do we learn that from? Like, why do we have that mentality to talk to ourselves that way and wonder why we feel the way we do, right? On today's episode, I'm going to talk about self-talk, why we do what we do, and why we would never do that to somebody else. So, you want to stay? Stay for the episode. I hope you do. I'd love to have you. Self-talk from To Me with Love, A Journey to Myself. That's what we're doing today. See you then. Bye. Hi, gang. Do you know that your inner voice can be your greatest ally or your harshest critic? I know that. In this episode, we dig into the power of self-talk and how shifting your inner narrative can lead to massive transformation. Whether you're navigating feelings of inadequacy, guilt, or shame, we'll discuss actionable ways to rewrite your inner dialogue from one of criticism to compassion. How's that sound? Huh? Okay, it's time to meet your new best friend. Who's your new best friend? You. You're your new best friend. Okay, so let's start out with understanding the power of self-talk. How much power does self-talk have on you? You know, I'm going to, not to talk ill of the dead, but my father, he did it to myself and my brother that I'm the caregiver for. The other two, Kathy and my brother Jim, those two didn't get what we got. We're the two oldest, okay? I'm 9 months younger than John. I'm the oldest, okay? We got... oh my gosh, and we learned to put ourselves down and learned not to have self-confidence and learned that we weren't worthy of anything, right? Because we were the accident that made them, and John was premature and he's the one that made him go to the hospital and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Blame, blame, blame. Here we are, little tiny children, little babies, and you're blaming us all through our years. And you're ruining us. You're ruining us because you're forming that around our personality. Because guess what? Your parents are supposed to be your first cheerleaders, right? If you have parents that are just humgrum and they don't give a crap about you, okay? I'm not saying my father didn't give a crap about me or my brother. I'm saying some of the things he said stuck with us, okay? So these are things that your parents, when I became a parent, I wanted to be everything that I didn't have. I wanted to be a cheerleader for my kiddos. I wanted them to be productive citizens that, strive for everything they wanted. They don't have to wait for anything. They're worthy to do whatever they want to do. Okay? And I tried to give them techniques for shifting into the going into that kind of a life, where there's no inner critic all the time jabbing at you like my brother and I have. And that's honestly what we have. And then we learned how to speak to ourselves with kindness. That's what I'm trying to teach my brother and myself and whoever out there needs help, to speak to myself with kindness. I'm always talking about being kind to others, but I never include myself, do I? Because I don't feel like I'm worthy. And to this day, I try so hard to feel like I'm worthy of being your friend, of being my husband's wife, right? My kids, their mother. Am I worthy of that? To me, in my heart, I'm not. I'm only worthy of taking care of people, and that's about it. And I need to change that way of thinking. I'm being truthful with you guys here, all right? I'm being very truthful. All right, so those are some things that I deal with on a daily basis of talking to myself. And I'm trying not to say that. I'm saying positive self-talk's out. Come on, whenever something comes out of my mouth, like, you idiot. It's, positive self-love here, Sal, because we often think of self-love as something we feel, right? Oh, I feel, like when you love somebody, you feel something. So when you have self-love, you should feel something, right? But no, in a moment of peace or celebration. But a real self-love is a practice. And sometimes that means showing up for yourself even when it feels hard. In this episode, that's what I'm trying to do. We're trying to dive into the daily habits and rituals that build true self-love and true self-talk to yourself, positive self-talk, even on the tough days, right? Whether you're in a season of, everything's going wrong and you just don't know what to do anymore. We all have those days, don't we? Don't we all have those days? But when we have those days, don't we feel like we're all alone and nobody cares, right? Yeah. So, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to learn how to have self-care, how to have positive self-talk. And I try to do a lot of research on self-help because I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be stuck in my head fighting with myself. I know in my heart that I'm worthy, but there's times where I mess up and I say, why did you do that? Why can't you make a decision that's correct, that's not going to get you into a hole, that's not going to get you into trouble? And that goes back to stemming on my chronic insomnia. I can't make right decisions. I mean, today I'm barely awake. I'm falling asleep everywhere I go today, but I want to get this done for you guys. So self-talk is so important to moving on in this journey of self-help. So leave comments what you think about that. And also in your journals, write in your journals, guys, where it came from, where your negative self-talk came from. If you have it, you might be so blessed that you had parents that loved you and you have no way that you would negative self-talk to yourself. That is so awesome, and I want to be you when I grow up. But it's a chronic thing for me. I try really hard, and my husband knows when I do something wrong or I break something or something. He knows he doesn't even have to bother laying into me, because guess what? I'm already doing it, and a hell of a job I do. But you would never know that by my personality, but there's a lot of things that you don't know about a lot of people. Just because on the outer shell that they're all happy and being positive and all smiles doesn't mean they're having problems at home. Or, you know, some people that have domestic abuse. I don't. I'm just saying. Things like that. You never know. That's why it's so important to be kind to people. Take a minute to ask them how they really are. Guys, please know this. If you ever need someone and you look around and there's no one there, I've been there. My email is right on there on my page. If you ever need to email me, I'm here for you. I really am. I'm the truest friend you will ever find, the most loyal friend. Everything with me is real, and I kid you not. All right? I love you guys so much. And we'll move on with this self-care. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you so much. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself.